We are joined here by Kayc Pricosh, a musician who has had an illustrious career, and of course he joins us here on Morning Rush. Hi, Kayc, welcome to Morning Rush.
Morning, thank you very much for having me.
Fantastic. Let's start from here. Who is Kayc Pricosh? We want to tell us more about you as well as your career.
Kayc Pricosh is a Zimbabwean-based musician. I was born here, raised here, and my actual name is actually Knowledge Chisinde. People usually put a T there, so it's Chitsinde, but okay. It's Chisinde. And I am a musician who actually, I do mostly the relatable music. I try to kind of write music in a relatable way, but pretty much I just kind of do hip-hop and Afro-pop. That's what I do mostly. But yeah, that's basically who Pricosh is. Yeah.
Quite an interesting fusion there of those two genres. Let's talk about your inspiration in dabbling in these two genres.
The inspiration basically comes from having like stories. It's just about stories. Pangopacho, I gotta know a certain story from somewhere that I can write about, because I feel like hip-hop mostly it needs you to kind of like, it helps you to kind of like create more, like you have to put more words when you're kind of singing hip-hop. So it helps me like kind of express more when I'm when I want to kind of like express more. I use hip-hop mostly. When I just want to kind of like vocalize a bit, trying to kind of like maybe show a bit of my talent in the kind of vocals and stuff, that's when I kind of use maybe Afro-pop. But basically every time when I do my music, it's all about having a story. Like I try to kind of make sure that I write things that are relatable. You know?
Right. You recently, of course, featured on the Feli Nandi Mubaye remix, and of course, you had a performance together with her on the 6th of October. Would you want to speak a little bit on that?
It was an amazing experience, especially the performance that I had with Feli. There were a bit of hiccups that happened there, but you know, they made actually everything electrical, because at first, imagine like the mic that I had kind of like didn't sound right. Like the volume was very low. But soon after that, Feli just kind of said that I should kind of like start over the performance. So I did, and I don't know where the confidence came from, but when I performed the second time, the crowd went crazy. It was electrical, it was nice, and the whole show just became something that was memorable.
Quite impressive. I think what would be important there is the ability to bounce back in spite of, you know, some of these technical challenges. Definitely. I mean, they happen all the time.
All the time.
Yeah. But that ability to still be able to come to the party and wow the audience is something that is pretty much extraordinary. Now, you were invited to Ghana by professional footballer Joseph Painstill, who plays for KRC Genk and the Ghana national team, and he was on Ghana. You were, of course, on Ghanaian TV station TV3, and they did a song, and of course, you know, they played, of course, your song entitled "Unbreakable." May you shed more light on that experience and how you connected with these Ghanaian people?
Well, it all started from Instagram. When I was doing covers and remixes, I did this other remix for a song called People on Instagram, and it went viral by that time. So I just started connecting with Joseph Painstill on Instagram, and we became friends. In like 2 weeks, a month, we started talking very nicely. Like we became like brothers, you know, like that brotherhood and stuff. And he just invited me to Ghana. By that time, he was still in Belgium. He invited me to Ghana, and I thought it was all jokes at first, up until the time when he went back home to Ghana, like for his break. And then he bought the ticket for me and my brother, and we went there. We had an amazing experience. It was amazing, I won't lie. The people there were lovely. Met a lot of people we created the song Unbreakable. Like it came out like we were not even actually planning to kind of like create a proper, or should I say a serious song. We're just kind of like in the house trying to make things work, and it came out really good. It came out really good.
Can you speak to the importance of your digital foray? I mean, that song has been used over 200,000 times on TikTok and over 100,000 views on YouTube, on both audio as well as with an official video. And also, may you speak to the recent song Dusty, which is on rotation on different local radio stations?
Yeah, well, it came to me as a shock, like, to be honest. Like, when I saw how people were actually engaging with the song Unbreakable, like, the numbers were just escalating with time. Like, every time it kept on escalating on TikTok and all. And I don't know, in Zimbabwe, it's not yet there. I don't know how, but out there, it's actually doing great. And Dusty, it's a song that I actually created a long time ago, I won't lie. I think the beginning of this year, I created that song. And when I got the opportunity to actually properly produce it, when Koma Japreza gave me access to his studio, that's when I actually went in, recorded the song, and then it just came out amazing. And now it's out on all platforms, but we recently just released it.
Well, quite a positive story there about Kayc Pricosh joining us here on Morning Rush. Again, thank you for joining us on Morning Rush.